It's day 10, and time has lost all meaning. Hey there, pretty kitties, and welcome to Mizzy Arm Gaming? Mizzy Cat Gaming, hello. I have opted to keep the cat cam. As you can see, we have several cats right now. It's for the so that we can have an arm cam. I gave up my face cam so that I could have an arm cam because today we're gonna do stage makeup. It's very exciting, and I am gonna have to get up and like run for hot water at one point, so we'll see how it goes. Okay. So we do still have to do our calendar, which 11 is apparently tiny. It's a little bitty tiny. So let's do that, and then we'll talk about what's going to happen today. A little bit about... Wait. 10. I did 10 yesterday. Is it day 11? Oh, there's 10. Oh. It was hiding. Hiding behind the number 6 one. Thank you for stopping me. If we'd done it out of order, I would have been misery forever. It would have been yikes forever. Okay. Okay, this is very... Ugh. Okay, open up. Oh, it's a ball. Ooh, this doesn't want to come out of there. Okay. It's just like the mouse was. Got rattly stuff. But it's made of the same material. Made very well. So, yeah, it's a little ball made out of the same stuff as the mouse. So, that's actually a really good get. And off socks goes. Alright. That's cool. Well, we'll probably get something similar for day 11 then. Alright. So, how's today gonna work? We'll just do it like this. So, how's today gonna work? I'll be doing makeup on my left arm. It should take... I mean, I don't know exactly how long it's gonna take. So, we'll just see what happens. It probably won't take the whole stream if we get to the end and we're done, including cleanup, and we still have a bunch of time. We'll do some more World of Horror runs, maybe. That being said, there are going to be times during the stream when I'm not talking and I'm muted because I have to blow dry. I have to use a blow dryer between 2 of the steps to dry the work so that it's easier to work with. So during those segments, I will just mute my mic and it'll just be music, but you'll still see me working. So I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know that those moments are going to happen. One close to it's basically at the beginning during the prep stuff before I start applying the actual makeup type stuff. So, since I'm going to do this kind of tutorial style, let's talk about materials. Right. So I'm going to be doing like... It's arm trauma. Because when I took stage makeup, the thing I was the best at was trauma makeup. So it's like arm trauma makeup, like a really bad burn. To me, it looks more scabby, like some kind of fungal disease, like a zombie or something. It's kind of gross. I'm not using fake blood. I don't know how. I'm sure that Twitch allows such things, but I'm just going to be better safe than sorry. So I'm not going to put fake blood on it. It's going to look more crusty than bloody. And to create that effect, you have to have layers of stuff. So we'll do that here. So the first layer that we have to do is actually the base stuff. And the base stuff, for that, we need gelatin, right? So this is Knox gelatin. You can get it at the store. It's pretty cheap. They make gelatin cubes and stuff like that you can just use for stage makeup. You don't need them necessarily, especially for stuff like this. If you're just doing like stuff for your Halloween party and all that kind of stuff. So Knox gelatin, good stuff. We need 1 pack of this. We need a cup. And I'll talk about how much water we're going to put in it. And we need my chopstick for stirring. And we need cotton balls, like regular garden variety cotton balls. We're actually gonna be shredding these because what's gonna happen is I'm gonna go get the hot water. I'm gonna pour the gelatin in. I'm gonna get the hot water. I'm gonna come back and stir and then shred these and whatever. Excuse me, sir. I know you're not having fights with Socks as she comes out of the tree. He's like, Mom sussed me out. Okay. So that's layer 1. Layer 2 would be liquid latex, but I am allergic to latex and it makes me itch really bad. So when I was in stage makeup, we figured out that instead of using liquid latex, and if you're not allergic to latex, you can use liquid latex, right? 100%. However, if you're sensitive to it at all, or you would rather try it this way, I use clear glue. Now this is Elmer's. It doesn't matter what brand it is, but it needs to be crystal clear glue. Washable clear glue. This is what you want. We will use this and a little tiny cuppy thing here. And a sponge. Wedge sponge. Available at most pharmacies. Wherever they sell a lot of makeup. Don't try the grocery store. Don't ask me about that. And we will apply the layer of clear glue over the base layer. We dry that again with the hair dryer. And it gets down to... hold on one second. Okay. I have to keep an eye out just in case my mom calls me. So, we'll put the phone over there. It was not her. Alright. Anyway. Clear glue over the base layer. Excuse me, Uther. There you go. Clear glue over the base layer. We dry it again. The hair dryer. My extremely old hair dryer. And then we add the last step, which we also need wedges for the last step. And we need this wheel, right? Okay, so my wheel is... It doesn't have the lid on it because I was messing with it earlier. Is a Ben Nye wheel, which is like a stage makeup. Yep, here we go. It doesn't have to be this wheel, but you're looking for something that's for bruises and abrasions. Like, you don't have to have that, but having these colors helps make it more realistic, right? And it's going to look a little bit faux, definitely look a little bit faux in the camera, but it'll go okay. So, that's the last step, though. Everything has to be ready before that. And we're going to do some stuff with the glue after we apply it and it's dry. I'm going to show you how to pick at it so it looks like ripped skin when you put makeup over it, right? So, we'll do some prep. Because we need to put this glue. We're not going to use a whole lot because it's wasteful. We need to put this glue into this little cup like that. Because we're going to want to dip it out with the sponges. Oh, and then there's one other tool that we're going to use when we put on the bruise wheel. We're going to actually use a stipple sponge. Now, you can buy these in a pack. It comes in different, like, varying degrees of holiness, I guess. It's kind of like any sponge where some of it is very close and then some of it's really, really got a lot of air pockets. I use one that's kind of in the middle. But when you get a pack, it comes with all of the options. So, and they're really not that expensive. So we'll use this for like a stippling effect when we're doing the makeup at the end. All right. So we have our glue for step 2. We have our gelatin. So I'm going to put this in here. Hermes is going to watch and be like, Mom, why are you doing this? There we go. Now, an important thing to note. This is gelatin. So, thing to 1, you must put hot water in this cup. It doesn't have to be, you don't want it boiling, but the water should definitely be warmer than, warmer rather than colder, yeah? So, That's thing one. Thing two, this cup is way too big for this project. So when you put a cup and when you put some gelatin in, you only want like this much water. It's maybe a fourth. Like, you don't want a lot of water. Smaller cups would be better, but like this one is too small. So I'm going to go put water in this cup, assuming that the water in the bathroom does not take a cajillion years to heat up. So hang out with the children. I'll be back in 2 shakes. I gotta go put water in this cup. All right, all of this is going to happen very fast now because we're now on a time limit. So we're going to stir because we want to stir. We're going to move otter. Excuse me, sir. Thank you. Sorry if that looked a little bit abrupt. So stir, 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 stir. Get that all stirred up. Kind of see it's kind of yellowy and foamy and whatever. So it's supposed to, yeah. Might be a little bit too much water, but it should be fine. So we take the cotton ball, but you don't just take the cotton ball, you tear it up. Tear it up and drop it into the liquid. And then we're going to take our stirrer again. And we're going to stir it up, or we're going to poke these down. These cotton balls are a little bit spicy, but that's okay. Rip these up, toss them in, big clumps, small clumps, whichever clumps. Start kind of poke, 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 poke. Should be, yeah, that should be about right. This is all going to happen very fast. I'm just letting you know. So, I actually think I will really quick before this turns into a huge disaster. Put like a little bit of a newspaper because this is going to be very gloppy on my arm in just a second. Once you've committed, you've committed. That's it. Like, it's very messy. This process is messy. As a warning, this process is messy. You actually have to, and you have to commit to this though, because like, if you're gonna do this, you have to commit to it because it's definitely not for the faint of heart, and it stinks. So just kind of stretch it around so it almost looks like, you know, whatever. Stretch it around so you definitely have some longer, stringier pieces in addition to your bigger, thicker pieces. Set my arm down for just a second so that it can soak off some of that. Turn. Hair dryer. I'm going to mute my mic. All right, so that's probably dry enough. It doesn't have to be perfect. You're looking for something that's still kind of soggy, but it definitely has, like, it's starting to stiffen because of the gelatin. I didn't go up into my hand because I'm going to be doing a different technique up in my hand. So we're going to do some glue. I'm not even going to move the hairdryer because I'm going to have to use it again in just a second. So dip some glue, get it on your sponge, go from the edges. I usually start on it just so that it's connected. You want to dab your glue. Just be gentle. Think of it as, even though you're doing more than that, think of it as you're fusing the one to the other. So you're using it to actually adhere, which you're not using this to adhere the gelatin, but it's helpful. It's definitely helpful. And you can do more cool stuff with it if it's got something that you can actually easily manipulate. I mean, there's a certain amount of manipulation that you can do to the base stuff while you're putting it on, but it's easier to manipulate this because, see, I can smooth down these corners so that it actually is more flat. But when you're doing this, you have to remember, you want to use a lot of glue. It's not a small amount of glue. Like, don't be stingy. It will be more than you think it should be. But trust me when I tell you that it has to be. You have to have a little bit extra, especially once you get out from it and you're trying to do some different kind of effect stuff. So I'm going to smooth that there. That's probably going to be good. I want to do a little bit more in this back area back here. Just to make sure when you're putting it on that you don't, like, hard dab because you'll pull it back with you. And that's, like, the opposite of what you're trying to do. So don't do that. All right. By the way, this process doesn't get gross until you actually start putting makeup on top of it. And this dry period will take a little bit longer than the last one did. Put that sponge down because it cannot be used for anything but glue. And here we go. All right, let's set it. I'm gonna mess with it a little bit, and I may dry it a little bit more. I'm trying not to cook my arm, and that's the big thing to remember. Like, you can use hot occasionally if you really feel like you need to, but it doesn't really do that much of a better job, and it doesn't do that much of a better job, and it cooks your arm, and your arm's super uncomfortable. Now you can kind of see in The Shining on the right. You can kind of see in The Shining on the camera that my skin is actually really shiny here now, and this is all dried glue. So before I start messing with makeup, I can actually show a little bit of this. So if you take your finger and you like rub it across this area, but don't do it super hard, you see how that's pouchy and whatever now? Like, it kind of looks like the skin is ripping. So that's one of the reasons. And I'm going to go and I'm going to hit this a little bit more through this area. It's still a little bit wet. It's one of the reasons why you want to make sure you dry it down until you don't want a thick crust. But as you can see, it definitely looks like you've ripped a few layers. And it's actually really easy to take off as well, which is a good thing about it. Oh, I should do this so that you don't all go deaf. Oh, and as a word of assurance, why is this? Hold on, my mic got turned up at some point. There we go. That's better. And as a note of reassurance, I actually have a setting on my hairdryer that you push in the button, and it actually says cool. So this is all cool air that I'm blowing on my arm. I did warm a little bit earlier, but I swapped it over into cool because we're close to the end of it. So just know that I'm not actually barbecuing my arm when I hold the hairdryer literally right next to my hand. So. All right. So I will work with this like this a little bit, and if I need to adjust things, I will. So I'm gonna kind of mess with this over here. This is a little bit wet still, but that doesn't matter. Just kind of rub it with my finger. You can also, if you get a good hand on it, you can pick it like that. So have some of that discoloration over here where it's ripped, and then you have a little bit of like bubbling kind of stuff going on. And when you put makeup on it, it actually stands out even more. So we're going to go over here and look at all these things and kind of just give it a little bit of a personality. You don't even have to pull on it too hard, you can just rub it with your finger or your nail to give it that little bit of a braided kind of look. That. Okay, so we're still definitely a little bit soggy on the sides, but we should be all right. I think I'm gonna do one more probably minute of like blasting around the edges where it's still a little sog, and then we'll go, because it's gonna be very light and delicate with the makeup. So it's okay if it's still a little bit soggy. That's why we have extra sponges. You should always have more sponges than you need. Always. All right. So this is pretty much good to go. This is your base, right? So, yeah, I know, right? Everybody's watching. Socks is up in the top. She's watching too. So this is your base, right? This is where you decide what you want to do with it. If you want this to be super hyper realistic, go for it. If you're looking, oh geez, gelatining things to my desk. Hold on. Gelatin is so sticky. Yeah, let's do that, because we're not going to be doing that anymore either. If you want to make it hyper realistic, whatever, you can. If you want it to be kind of strange and alien and whatever, you can do that too. This is the base, so whatever you put over it is however it becomes. I know how to make it look slightly more realistic. Heavy air quotes on the realistic. So that's the look I'm gonna do, but I know that you can use this as a base for like crazy alien mushroom growth coming out of your arm or something. And if you do this really close together and take like half of a chicken bone or something like that and bury it like in this, you can actually make a look that looks like you broke a bone and it's sticking out of your arm. I know how to do that one too. That one's a little gruesome, so that's why I didn't do that one. So I usually start with individual colors, and before I get into kind of a blend stipple thing. So I'm gonna do some yellow first. We don't want a whole lot, but we do want to get some color. I don't tend to do I don't tend to do foundation underneath it or over the top before I start whatever else I'm doing. To me, it just doesn't look right. And the thing about these lumps and them being kind of yellowy is, depending on how I blend it in the end, which is really just a crapshoot, then it can have, you can still see that yellow. So it's almost like that yellow tinge kind of thing. The biggest thing to remember is that you're working with material that you definitely, this is sticking, right? But this wants to come off of my arm. So whenever you are doing stuff, be gentle. Remember that you should be gentle. All right. So I think I look enough like I stuck my arm in a bunch of mustard for now, I think. So let's use a different sponge, because we'll use corner of that other sponge later. I'll do some red. Let's Let's do some red. Get some red on there. The bruise wheel colors are like yellow, red, which you have to be very careful about how you apply these two colors because it'll just make it look like a neon kind of, you can tell like from the camera. It's not blending really currently, but I'm not going for that. It's almost like clown makeup. It's so bright. These two base colors are so bright. But when you put the other stuff on top of it, that brightness really does go away because the other thing is like this dark pain, like dark whatever. Hi, Phoenix. Yes, we're doing makeups. We're doing that terrifying hand thing that I did before. But I'm not putting blood on it this time. So, you but you have to have your good base in there or else it just doesn't look correct. And I hope to God I'm remembering everything properly because I would hate to embarrass my teacher. But you got to get that kind of thing. So like, it still kind of looks like something that's not, but you can see in places, especially with the red, it's starting to almost look like it's growing off of my arm, which is what we're going for. Because I always, to me, you do it right, and it's kind of this scabby, whatever, then to me it should look almost like it's trying to burst out of your arm. But I have made it before where it looks more tiley, like, you know, burns or something like that. Make sure I get up into my hand because I'm going to be doing makeup even where I'm not have the rip skin because it would be up there. So this goes over here. Time has no meaning. This is day 10. I don't even know what day it is anymore almost. Day 9, day 10. I almost opened day 11 for the cat toy. I don't know. All the days, they are one. All right, so this is where you have to be careful because you got like a dark brown. It is time of soup. You got like a dark brown, right? And then a black. So once you start to apply super dark colors, it will muddy everything else up. And you have to be very watching, like, is there too much darkness on this? And I've had these issues before when I was doing the makeup because like I ended up doing something that looks a little similar to this, and my instructor was like, it's just too bright. It's like neon. And I just went back over it with like another layer of black and brown and dark stuff. And she's like, yep, nope, that's perfect. Because that's what it needs, right? It needs more of that dark, bruisey stuff. Because you're trying to hide the fact that you have cotton balls covered in gelatin stuck to your arm, right? Right? That's not what we're going for here. We're not going for the cotton balls gelatin look. Get a little bit more bruising into that. Very gently. And up here I can do a little bit of more of like blending it out so that it makes it a little darker because we don't have glue and everything else going on up there. Man, that's starting to look really gross. So a good thing to remind everybody of if you're working with glue, just in case. Oh, I need to grab another wedge. 4 million wedges, all of them for me. A thing to remember when you're working with glue, just in case you never played like this as a kid. Oh, careful, careful. You cannot stretch the skin. Once you put the glue on the skin, it is like pulling your skin closer. So if you stretch trying to pull something or something like that, you'll literally just rip it right off. Like it will not survive your menstruations. So I highly recommend that. I actually want to do a little bit that. I highly recommend that whatever you need to do with your arm, if it requires stretching or anything else, you should do that before you put all this on your hand, because If you don't, the moment that you try to reach and grab more sponges, you'll tear something that you didn't mean to tear and you can't fix it. Which is annoying. Well, I mean, there is a way to fix it. We all know how to fix it, right? To fix it is to take it all off and do it again. Gross. So, we're definitely not doing that. We definitely got some ripping skin kind of thing going on. That looks like kind of diseased, what I got going on in the hand. And the best part about all this is it's actually darker, right? So it's darker than how it looks on this camera right now. This makes it look very yellowy, or on my monitor anyway. I don't know how it looks on a regular monitor, I suppose, but this makes it look brighter. The camera makes it look brighter, and it's actually darker. Of course, it needs more. Like, there's not nearly enough darkness. We got to actually put some weight on that so that we can... You can dab with a little bit more force if you're trying to get these white areas in the middle. That's okay. You just have to be very aware of how you're doing that. I like to take makeup and put it on the tip of the sponge. So that if I take the tip of the sponge, swirl it a little bit, and then use it to dip in the middle, then I have an easier time. But putting it in the middle and actually... yeah, I can do that. Put a picture of it up on Twitter. Alright, so I've filled in most of this. It looks like the only place where we're having a little bit... Yes, I can put it in the Discord. By the way, I have a Discord. Which is very small and quiet, but it does exist. I think that my issue right now is this spot right here in the middle that's just resisting me. But when I stipple through, that might help. It's hard to say. Let's see if we can get a little bit more color in there. If I do a little bit of that instead of dabbing. Get that a little bit yellow. There we go. That helps. Definitely helps a little bit. Don't want to rub too hard because it'll start peeling away layers of what we've done. But having a little bit more, yeah. And if I was going out to a party or something else with this look, I would actually coat the whole thing in the glue, which I theoretically should have done just for this. But I would coat the whole thing in the glue and then dry it all. And that would actually suck it right down into my arm and it won't come off for a little while, which is kind of what you're looking for. But for a situation like this where I'm probably going to play a game after this and I want to show you how easy it is to take off if you don't do that, I'm just going to kind of wing it when it comes to that. Go. It's okay for it to have a little bit of white. It just depends. Like, putting red on the whiter areas does tint it a little bit pinky, which helps it look a little bit more realistic. In this back area, I can tell I haven't put enough dark accents on. I consider this like the base coat, what I'm doing right now, because there is one more step that I like to include. Gonna try to give it a little bit more of a bruising, but we gotta be careful not to pull our hands. Okay. I want some black. Alright. So, don't want to twist too hard. Got some of that over there. So this is just the base, right? To put a little bit of dark stuff up through here. Don't want to be too hard and aggressive because we don't want to mess up the stuff. But I try to make it so if you're trying to do this kind of thing, just keep in mind it's one of the reasons I did around, you know? If an alien growth was working its way out of your arm, / whatever the hell this is that happened to your arm, your arm would bruise. Like all of this area down through here, this would all bruise. Because when blood vessels are traumatized, other blood vessels respond, and that's part of what causes bruising. So that's why when you see people who have been strangled in the movies, move my hand here while I talk. That's why you see when people have been strangled in the movies, like you'll see that their faces, like there's bruising around their eyes. Like people who have been hit in one eye, they'll have a black eye in both eyes. It's that kind of stuff. So you would definitely have some bruising if something's trying to burst out of your skin. So that's all the base stuff. So now we get to my favorite part. And this is, you have to clean your makeup after you do this, okay? But I like to take the stipple sponge and I try to get a couple of different colors on there at the same time. And then I stipple those because then it starts to give it texture. Like this weird, and you can see it better, like not on the camera. That's one of the reasons I'm going to take a picture. But you start to get this almost crunchy texture. Hold on a second. I gotta add more dark. I gotta add more black. I'll try to talk about what I'm talking about. Imagine, if you will, a like a mushroom that you see when you're out in the woods, and said mushroom has like tiny little Scylla hairs standing up all over it. Some of the stippling stuff can almost look like that. Once you smooth it down, it doesn't look quite so stipply. But I found that sometimes getting the stipple out of there is one of the best ways to add more color and more vibrancy and more texture, and to fill in spots that are a little bit less colorful than their compatriots. Terrifying. Alright. So if we do some of these, because we definitely want... I definitely want some stippling of the darker colors. Because this is easier. It's a little bit easier to like cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. Like really hard. Really hard, like, you know, get down on it so that you can get a lot of color down on there. And I'll tell you, like, when you're looking at it up close, like it almost, actually looking at it in the camera even, it almost to me looks like a pot pie that's been cut up and stuck on my arm. It's having some trouble. The makeup is having some trouble adhering to this one particular area, which is fine because it just means that I'm gonna get myself even messier than I was already. But I also don't care because I can always clean that up later. It's kind of thinking overcooked sweet potatoes at Thanksgiving, right? A little bit. It's not coming out quite as gruesome as it probably could have. Part of that is the brightness. Like, especially the camera. The camera is not helping me. It is very, very bright in the camera. And the yellow is aggressive. Which is to be expected. Yeah, maybe. think that I probably could have done it a little bit better, admittedly, but I don't think it looks the worst. It's probably not the worst one I've done. Try to get some color there. Go. I think it's not too bad for not having practiced it in like 2 years. Thank you. Thank you. It's really, and I mean, the biggest thing that was for me, the reason I was so happy, I'm just using my fingers now. I'm gonna have to wash my hands. Whatever. The biggest thing that was really exciting for me is the fact that I didn't think I was going to be able to do things like this in that class, because I'm allergic to latex. So finding a non-latex alternative that still lets me do really awesome trauma makeup stuff is definitely the number one takeaway for me. I like that cracking on it, actually. So let's see. I think actually makes sense. The way that it's cracking, how light it is. My skin is so light that actually works. I think we've got some. Gotta be careful about the hand stuff. It's starting to peel, and if it peels too much, then it'll rip off. So, but that took about an hour, which, yeah, that's about how long it takes. And like I said, if you take the whole thing and coat it before you add the color with the glue, and then dry it all down, it'll stay there. It'll stay there until you're ready for it to leave. You can also do it on your face. I would recommend that if you're doing it on your face, try to go like up your cheek kind of thing, down through your neck maybe. Try not to tangle up any kind of hair in this particular. I prepped this area so that I could do this. Try not to tangle up any hair or anything in this, because when you pull this off, it's going to rip your hair off, and it's not the most painful thing in the world, but it doesn't feel good. So yeah, you can move your fingers. Definitely can keep extending it all the way down. I wouldn't recommend putting it too much on both sides of your arm unless you don't intend on putting your arm on or near anything. But yeah, so I think that's pretty good. Since that's about the right amount of time, I guess. So that's stage makeup. Thumbs up. Think we're gonna do. Okay, so poll among the watchers who would like to respond. I'm gonna do a game that I've already done. Just so that, because it's like the feature of today was this. So my question is, out of these, which one do you think? Actually, no. I'm a liar. I know which one I'm gonna do. I'm a liar. Sorry, I'm the worst. The worst, not really. I'm gonna do World of Horror, and we're gonna make sure we're gonna re-roll if we get the spider, because we're not gonna do the spider god again. That's how that. I am a liar who lies. That's how we're gonna do that. We're gonna do World of Horror, and if there's a spider old god, then we're gonna ixnay that, because those spider pictures are too creepy. I need to check that Twitter again to see if there's more news, since they were going to start updating that game. Alright, so since we're at the end of this segment, I can show you. Let's unfold this here. Ready? You ready for the removal? By the way, I am going to have to take a longer break. What? Oh, picture. Thank you. Hold on. Well. There we go. Thank you. So, picture has been taken. You want to see how to take it off? You ready? You ready for the best part? That's actually kind of gross, but it takes care of most of the problem. Yes, we're going to have a longer break today. So, we'll just have some music playing. You guys can jam out while I get everything cleaned up. Okay. So, ready? Here we go. We're going to take it. So, grab it by the back end. If you've got makeup back here, then you're going to have to remove that, obviously, the other way. But grab it and just... just like that. It's like... peels. It just peels off. Look at that. Looks like peeled off skin. Gross. It is so satisfying. And I was sitting in the last time when I was in stage makeup, I made a really gross one, and I'm sitting there and just like slowly peeling it off my arm, and then so I noticed somebody standing next to me looking at me, and I just look over and my arm kind of looks like this, and they're just like and I was like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, to me it looks like chicken skin. Kind of gross. Super gross. Alright, so I do have makeup remover wipes. So I'm gonna go apply makeup remover wipes to my arm. And we're gonna reset this a little bit for gamey type shenanigans. And then we'll play some World of Horror. And yeah, that could be super fun. Or I could play some Darkest Dungeon. I don't know how we feel about that. How do we feel about Darkest Dungeon? I could play some more Darkest Dungeon. I'm not the worst at that game. Like my thought is Darkest Dungeon, or like Night in the Woods, which it's a little bit more somber than I'm looking for. I think that I'm not looking for existential horror. I think I'm looking more for like actual horror. So I think World of Horror is going to be our answer for what I'm actually looking for. Also, this is super wet where it was wet underneath, and it's very gross. Okay. Now that I'm done rambling, we're going to have a longer break. I have to reset this camera and wash off my arm and move all this stuff. So we'll be back. Give me at least 5 minutes. Maybe closer to 7. I'll just play some music. Can hang out. Be chill. Pretty good. Let me go down here, actually. I will play this song. It is 6 minutes and 11 seconds. And I will try to be back close to around the time when it is done. Cool? Cool. Sounds good. We'll see you in hopefully 6 minutes? Hopefully 6 minutes. 6 minutes and 11 seconds. All right. I'm gonna swap over here. Ba, 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 ba. And we're going to open this here and do this. Okay. It's not going to have any sound for a second because it gets mad. Or it may actually work for once, but it's not going to have sound because I have to do that. All right. So, if you've never seen World of Horror, welcome to World of Horror. We're going to move this screen over so that I can keep a better eye on it. All right. World of Horror. So, if you've never seen World of Horror before, World of Horror is a choose-your-own-adventure game where the world is slowly being... You are in Japan, and the world... It's the 80s, and the world is being destroyed by a big bad evil. And you're trying to solve all the mysteries and get to the end before you go insane, are murdered, or a combination of both. It is not an easy game. And it can be a very mean game. But I enjoy this game, and it's really, really fun. And there are checks to make sure that you can do certain activities. If you don't pass the check, then you get like a bad ending, and then bad stuff happens. All right, so we determined that extracurricular activity is the one that we usually want to do, because we like the skeptic playthrough, and we like the character it usually gives us because it gives us combat speed. So our combat death mode is last stand. So starting new encounters will kill you, but you can drop to -5 in combat. So, we're gonna do... Right now it's set on cultist difficulty, but we don't want that. We want skeptic. Because it's like story difficulty, which is what we want. And then there are 2 timelines. We do typical A timeline. So, every play is different. City of Shikagawa, Japan, 1980X. Something strange is happening in our town. Robed figures can be seen gathering in the woods at night. People are going missing. Disgusting creatures are terrorizing the seaside. The rapid technological progress of the modern era brings comfort, but also new, unknown threats. Old gods, malicious eldritch beings who ruled the earth eons ago are awakening as reality starts to crumble. Armed with clues, spells, and your dwindling sanity, you'll investigate mysteries across the city and in realms beyond. This is true, we have gone to outer space more than once. An old train stops down and stops at its last station. The end of the world is at hand, and you've finally arrived in the doomed town. Alright, so this is the spider god. So we're gonna hit Q. See, press Q to restart. We're dead. Instantly dead. Restart. Because I can click through the opening thing faster. But again, we are going to be very diligent about this. I don't want Spider God. Absolutely not. Already dead. Alright. You know what? We're going to do it ourselves. If the game's not going to let us, then we're going to do it ourselves. So let's go to new story. Customize the playthrough. So we're going to choose the... Oh, wait. Oh, wait. That's not what we want. We don't want that. Hold on. Here we go. Yes. They're going to talk some more. Now, we're going to choose... Yes, we usually do Aiko because she starts with a combat speed bonus. And I mean, we could do Koji. Koji starts with perception. Let's go with our combat speed for now. That's fine. So that's going to be that. We are going to change the difficult. We're going to make sure the difficulty is on Skeptic. We're going to go to extra options. Let's see. Medical history, World of Horror. Okay. You start with extra experience and bandages, but each damage can cause an injury. Absolutely not. Alright, so let's try this. Set this up like this. See if we can get a thing that's not the spider boss, because there are non-spider bosses. I can tell you, I've played this game enough to know. Classic mode, Old Guards are awakening. Right, so that's classic mode. Scenario, short adventures is not out yet. And then endless mode. Yikes. So classic mode is what we want. That's fine. Group of people gathers trying to awaken their master. Select the old god. So here's the spider god. We hate that. Let's do Goizo, the thing forsaken by God. I don't think I've done that one. Vanished in the other dimension long ago. The glimpses behind your Goizo has found a way to use mirrors to ensnare and teleport its prey straight through the glass. And the glimpses behind your reflections are just the beginning of a real nightmare. Mirror horror. Resting increases doom penalty. Okay, so we don't rest ever. So, perfect. The thing forsaken by God. Okay, resting at home raises doom. We don't have rest. We don't rest anyway. Here we are. Welcome to World of Horror. Okay. It's day 1. Our doom is at 0. When your doom gets to 100, you die. The old god takes the world and you die when your doom gets to 100. Doom is right here. Every single action that we do accumulates a small amount or a large amount of doom. We don't necessarily get doom for everything we do, but every time passes, you get doom. We start with 6 funds. This is we know this. Let's see. The lighthouse is the final destination. You have to get all of... Oh, hold on one second. I just realized I did not change this light so that I don't look like I'm sitting on the surface of the sun. Oh, that's much better. So you go to the lighthouse at the end after you've done the other things, and that's where the boss is. Quote unquote. So we're going to go home. We check our mailbox. It's empty. We're in our apartment. We can take a bath. We can watch TV. We don't need to do any of these things. We're going to go see what our mysteries are. They may all be repeats. There's lots of mysteries, but yeah. Inexplicable and morbid events have been plaguing your town for some time now. You've marked down 5 of them, hoping that there is something connecting them. You can tackle them in any order you want. Beware your decision will haunt you and influence yet unsolved mysteries. So we actually only have 4 because we're on Skeptic difficulty. You only have 4 on Skeptic. So... The bizarre brute of the blood-curdling botanist. We've only ever found one ending for this because I've only because I played this off stream too. Because I don't have one of the items you need, I guess, to I don't know. Rotten report of a rancid ramen. I know what this is. I'm surprised it says I haven't discovered any endings. But we will do that one. That one's good. Spine-chilling story of school scissors. This is actually the tutorial. You do school scissors for the tutorial. And then horrible history of household hell. So we're gonna start with rotten report of a rancid ramen. It's kind of the grossest one. All right. Out of thin air, a brand new ramen restaurant opens in town. It's adored by everyone. Now I will tell you, every time I try to do there's a couple of investigations in this that every time I've tried to do them in the past, I end up dying on that run. So, let's find out. Okay. Watching the local news, you spot a familiar street. It's a feature about the newest ramen shop. The food critic has a manic look as he describes the ramen. His description makes your stomach churn. Alright, so we have to discard 2 item cards to complete this quest. We will figure out how we're going to do that, but we will do that. We are going to travel to downtown, and we're going to go to the shop. Because we have 6 funds. I don't want to buy a steak knife because I want to buy a shovel. We have learned that shovel life is best life, so we're going to go get a shovel. Could get a backpack, but again, like, I'm going to have to discard things during the mystery. I kind of wish I had done this one later. It's easier to discard things later. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy the backpack just in case they get rid of the dog, because I can get more funds. And then we're going to go to the seaside where the hardware store is. And we're going to get ourselves a shovel. So, we have one fund. We're going to keep that for now. We've got a backpack. We're going to equip it. We've got a shovel. And we're going to equip that. So, we are ready to go. They are not taking us out. We have those 2 extra slots too. Man, we're ready. Okay. So, they want us to investigate the apartments. So, we're going to go ahead and do that. Maybe we'll get lucky and we'll get some items. While looking around the ransacked room of your recently deceased friend, you discover a half-finished painting of a woman, her skin a ghastly pale yellow color. The scene is disturbing you to look at it. Charisma check success. Unintimidated by the painting, it gives you new insight into the madness that possessed your friend. +5 experience. Nice. You can see the restaurant through the staircase's window. You watch the door for hours, but never see any of the cooks enter nor leave. We can we can get an ally and our neighbor if we really want to. I usually don't end up with many allies. One of our best run, we had like 4 allies or something. It was crazy. That's because we had the dog. That was a blessed run because we had a dog. Investigate the apartments again, eh? All right. As you prepare a bath, you think about all the possible leads so far. You're very tired, so maybe ice-cold water is a good idea. And we're going to do a cold bath. Strength check failure. Your body clearly wasn't prepared for a cold bath, and you can feel a cold coming on, -2 stamina. Boo, we hurt ourselves. Also, I just realized I need to change this. I always forget about this part. There we go. I always forget about changing my stream description. I don't know what that says. The only true way to investigate is to get into the restaurant yourself. So, we're still investigating apartments. I think that we need whatever comes from this to get a different ending. But right now it says we don't have any endings, so it doesn't matter which one we get. You find an envelope lying on a pillow in your bedroom. Inside is cash and a note from someone who has been watching you. They wish you good luck and promise to meet you soon. Just how did this envelope end up in your bedroom? 2 + 2 funds, -1 reason. Cool. It seems that you were not the only one wanting to try for yourself. You stand in line for hours. Your questions fall on deaf ears and you're shunned. Alright, so we're gonna look at downtown. We're gonna go to the item shop. We are gonna actually buy salt because it only costs 1 funds. And then I should have looked at the other ones that were there, but that's okay. We're gonna look here. And we'll buy this can of acid for 2 funds. So now we can discard and discard. All right. You sneak into the alley at the dead of night, gagging. You look inside the restaurant twice. It's a vile pulp. A few chunks of meat look like promising samples, though. Smelly meat. Food poison, rancid meat of an unknown source. Smells horrible. Okay. We need this for the quest. I know that for sure. So, we need to investigate downtown. So we will do that. I love this game. Alright, it's the guy. It's a bad time to be out of cash. It's a grim-looking man who's standing in your way. Our company, fortunately, specializes in cases like yours and will gladly help you get back on track. After all, he takes a step closer and you can swear there's a faint smell of rust around the man. Everyone has something to sell. Okay, so we're still doing pretty good. Like, they're gonna take, it's like 4 or something. We are already at 20% Doom. I cannot do Doom. So, I guess we're gonna do Reason. We lost 3. Everything suddenly gets dark. You feel sad, but can't even tell why. In your pocket, you find an envelope with cash inside. Okay. This is one of the reasons you actually try not to run out of funds. I try to leave myself 1. The smell around the restaurant is overpowering. Grease and rot, and is that blood you can smell? Investigate. We haven't had any combat, really. When you enter a metro car, you notice an oddly shaped package on the seat opposite you. It's marked with your name. You reach for the package but hesitate, an icy feeling settling in the pit of your stomach. If we fail this check, there's something horrifying in the box. We're going to ignore it and see what happens. Oh, you leave at the next station in a hurry, hoping you forget the package as soon as possible. We lose 1 stamina. Sad face. It's okay. It's finally your turn to order. 1 ramen, please. The owner's grin widens. Investigating the restaurant. Oh, there it is. I've been waiting for combat. Stop right there. You hear a voice coming from behind you. You won't destroy my life's work. Obsessed man. He does stamina damage when he hits us. He's gross. He has 10 HP. Strong attack with the shovel does 9 damage. He'll hit us once. So we would like to prepare our attack, and then we want to hit him with the shovel in the face. Like, aggressively hit him with the shovel. He will hit us. Enemy roars in rage. We will shovel strat him to death and be done with that. And we got funds, because that's the other reason you want to shovel. The red bowl is pushed in your face. It's so crowded that you're forced to sit on the floor. Okay. So, we are slowly eating of the suspicious ramen. Oh, walking through the park, you find a little girl crying alone in the playground. When you ask her what's wrong, she says she can't find her mommy. Luckily, you spot the girl's address on a backpack lying nearby. We'll take her home. This might not go well, but we'll do it anyway. Oh, you offer to take her home. When you get there, the terrified mother slams the door in your face. From behind the door, she starts screaming to get the girl away. The little girl calmly tells you that she can take it from here. Plus 10 experience, minus 2 stamina. Resolve this event. Our stamina's getting a little bit ouchy. Oh, but this is... Okay, this is one of the last ones here. With a slick hand, you fill a vial with the soup and walk out without tasting the weird dish. Investigate the lab. Lab results. So, just the vial of ramen soup, this gets you the first ending. I've never actually gotten the meat, so I've never seen this. I'm excited. With the pulling of some delicate strings, you get the ramen into a lab. While handing over the gathered material, you hesitate. What should you send to the laboratory? Vial plus meat. I don't have this one, though, so we'll see what happens. You look at the charts and cannot believe your eyes. While the standard test didn't detect anything weird, adding drops of human blood revealed something horrible. Whatever this thing is made of, it's alive, beating a soft pulse against the glass. Your friend leaves you with the papers, muttering an excuse and preparing to flee town on the next train. Prepared for a fight, you march down to the restaurant. However, you find no eldritch horror to duel. Instead, you're shocked to find nothing but a gap in the street. You ignore the distraught customers still lining up where they remember the exit. Investigating the grounds, you see something glisten where the kitchen used to be. Cautiously, you look at the chunk of meat and then jump back with a yell. As it flexes, it opens a weary eye, grins, and wanders off on stubby black claws. You walk home shaken. In your head, you hear the weird ramen breathing in its bowl. You only stop to throw up in the street. Rotten report of rancid ramen. Ending A. Sweet. So, yay, experience. Lots of experience. Less doom. Thank God. Plus 1 reason and stamina heal. Nice. And time passes. So, complete. Alright. I did not level up because we only had 1 combat. So, Old God stirs. A weird epidemic keeps staff at the hospital busy. Skipping the line will cost you more. Okay. So we can't skip the line at the hospital because it's a problem. We will go back to the place. We will take the key from our mailbox. Now, we can take a bath. We can take a bath, and where are we at? We have 17 stamina, 19 reason. I want to take a hot bath. Oh, we could do a warm water. That's an XP boost. No, we're going to do a hot bath because we want stamina. We can look through the peephole. You don't see anything weird. There's nothing weird. Alright. Let's go to the mysteries. So, we got botanist and household hell. Let's do the spine-chilling story of school scissors. Since this is a tutorial, I've only done it a couple of times, so. Another boy from your school has disappeared. Rumor has it a terrible woman has returned from the grave. A woman with the widest smile and the sharpest scissors. Now I have done the ending where you fight the scissor woman. It's terrifying. Alright, investigate. The school is eerily quiet at this hour. Your missing friend has left you a notebook. If the rumors are true, you need to stop the tall woman with scissors. You perform a ritual to force her material form to appear in our dimension. Accomplishing this requires first the drawing of an eldritch sigil, and then the lighting of holy candles. You can only hope your friend has left them somewhere around the school. Okay, so we have storage, explore the school, perform the ritual, check out school lockers. All right, check the lockers. Let's see what we got. Ow! What's that? And we lose some whatever. Baseball bat. We will take the baseball bat. You need a tiny key to open this locker. We don't have it yet. So, also, this is a portal to hell that made us lose a little bit of reason. Alright. So, we can't do anything until we get a tiny key. We will explore the school. You hear a faint sound while walking outside the biology classroom. Inside is an old anatomy model. Its heart beating. The sight almost makes you sick. -1 stamina. Rude. You feel like something horrible is happening within the school. You must hurry and find those items. I have not found the blessed chalk or the holy candles. We are going to continue to explore the school. We investigate. Okay. Needs tiny key item. We still don't have a tiny key. You find an old trophy case set in a seemingly abandoned corridor. Everything inside is covered in a thick layer of dust. One metal seems particularly valuable. We're going to break the window to grab it. You break the glass window, cutting yourself a little bit in the process. This metal isn't made of gold, but you'll be able to sell it easily. So we got one fund and we lost the stamina. It wasn't worth it. Alright. So we can peek outside. Found an additional page from your friend's diary. It seems the blessed chalk was left in the pool. You must hurry and find it. Okay, so we can click and open the door. Or not open the door. I think we're going to have to fight him if we open the door. But, I mean, we can probably fight him fairly effectively. I just don't want to take a bunch of damage and then we have to go in with Scissor Woman because Scissor Woman hurts really bad. We're just going to go. Just gonna go. We're gonna leave you doing your door thing. Alright. You enter the damp, smelly sports wing. You notice a backpack drifting on a swimming board in the middle of the pool. Could it be what you were looking for? Enter the water. You enter the pool and start swimming towards the backpack. Suddenly the water turns murky and you realize you're not alone in the pool. A bloated figure emerged from the murky water, blocking your only way out of the pool. Bloated teacher also does stamina damage. 17 HP. We can probably kill it in 2 hits. See, shovel strats are a little boring, right? Bloated teacher disappears underwater. That sucks. Because that means we're going to miss because we're faster than him. So, let's Dodge. Run away. We don't want to run away. Brace for impact. They forces a piece of rancid meat into your mouth. Gross. Horrifying. We hate it. Anyway, shovel strats are kind of boring, except that the whole game, like, it doesn't... You just get through the combat, because, like, the things that kill you are random checks that you have no control over other than boosting your stats. Blessed Chalk found. You found the Blessed Chalk, which you can use to draw the sigil in your ritual. You copy the sigil as best you can on the blackboard. Hopefully, it'll be enough. Redraw the sigil, redraw the sigil. Explore the school, perform the ritual. Alright, we leveled up. I'm not going to use my level on a heal. I probably should, but I'm not going to do it. I think that getting discipline at the beginning... the run where we got discipline at the beginning actually was one of the successful ones as well. So we're gonna do that, and since the shovel is strength based, we're gonna take a point of strength. That is what we're gonna do. All right. Let's explore the school. We're still looking for the candles. You carefully enter the biology classroom. The room seems empty at first until you switch the lights on. You gasp in horror. Lying in a pool of blood is one of the teachers with a fruit knife in her hand. There's one of the teachers with a fruit knife in their hand. There's a jar of formaldehyde on the nearest table. Mesmerized by the spiral pattern on the sea creature's skin, you step over the dead body and come closer. And then the voices start. Forgotten specimen. It does reason damage. It has 15 HP. We can kill it in 2 hits. But anyway, like I was saying, the random checks kill you so often that whatever strategy I need to get through the combat so that I can level up is the strategy I'm going to use. Right now. Like, when the game gets more complicated, I'm not going to be able to do that, obviously. And at this difficulty level, that's why I can get away with that. Wait, what's that? Pick it up. You find an item. Lump of flesh. Gross. Lump of flesh. Adds new status. +5 stamina. We're not gonna... No. The sound of scissors is getting louder. You must hurry. We haven't found the tiny key. We can't... Oh, look. Part ghost. Part guest. Okay. Hello. You found the holy candles in your friend's backpack. I didn't look there first. You lit them as instructed by the notebook. Everything is ready for the ritual. Alright, so I have that lump of flesh. I don't know if that's going to make any difference here. Let's find out. Wait, what's that? The sigil and candles don't seem to have any effect on the horrible monster. Had you drawn it wrong? Frozen in fear, you watch as the twitching horror gets closer and closer. It raises its enormous scissors and croaks, "Am I beautiful?" Twitching and twisting, the demon woman enters the classroom, cackling menacingly. "Am I beautiful?" Scissor lady! Look at that face. Yikes. She has 31 HP and she damages both sanity and reason when she hits you. It's stamina and reason when she hits you. It's gross. So this is going to be one of those ones where we're going to take a bunch of damage. I probably was supposed to try to redraw the sigil. Maybe. I don't know. It's the good thing about picking up a strong weapon, making that a priority because we had funds. Because that definitely could have gone worse. Also, I'd like to point out that I have slit mouth, which is a minor injury to charisma and strength, which by the way, kindly remember that the old god has already taken the hospital from us. So... Ancient Horror lies dead on the classroom floor, slowly dissolving into nothingness. The only thing left of her are the large scissors. You stare at them, unsure what to feel. Something tells you you want to keep them. You need them. Very slowly, you pick up the scissors, and your mouth widens in a smile. Spine-chilling story of stool scissors, ending B. You found a new item. Cursed scissors. Every time you use them, you can raise doom. They do 7 damage, and they have a base 70% chance to hit. So, Scissor Woman is gone for good. Or is it? You shudder, knowing the urban legend will inspire another kid in another city to try and summon the Eldritch Being. So, that's done. This one's going very quickly, and we are not level prepared for terrible things to happen. TBH. Alright. What do we got? Riots. Dangerous bands of rioters are gathering around downtown area. The police are hopeless. Okay, so the police are now useless to us. And that the downtown area, whenever I explore the downtown area, it's dangerous. So, treatment, surgery, actions cost more. Alright, so the first thing we're going to have to do is pick something to go do. But we're going to have to go, like... We have, like, this cut face thing. Like, it's a minor injury. We need to get this treated. Like, it's going to be a problem. So, we're going to take a bath. And I'm going to do hot water because our stamina is trash. And let's do horrible history of household hell. There are many old mansions around this town. 000 Manor is one of them. Supposedly haunted by the family of 4 who disappeared without a trace one summer. But is it the only tragic event that took place there? Alright. Friends you've talked with are not sure where the mansion itself is located. You have to find the mansion first. A trip to the library may shed some light on it. Alright, so first thing we have to do, actually, is... go to the doctor's office and heal this slit mouth. It takes 1 funds, and then we'll have to do it twice. Which hasty aid is gonna suck because when we take a stamina wound, it's gonna replace hasty aid with some other minor injury. So this is definitely a lipstick fix. Trip to the library. Right. Investigate the seaside twice to complete the quest, so we will do that. Seaside first. Travel to the seaside. Investigate the seaside. Yes. The town's docks are a mix of modern warehouses, small shops, and bars where the alternative crowd gathers. An ancient wooden temple occupies a small hill at the town center. Okay. Praying at the temple, I believe, gave us reason. Looking for warehouse jobs might give us stamina. I'm gonna try to recruit allies because allies would be helpful at this point. Charisma check failure. Not only you failed to recruit anyone to help you, but when you leave the bar, you're almost certain someone's following you. +2 doom. Gross. Alright. And then we investigate the seaside again. Okay. So... last time, we ignored this Eldritch statuette. We could take it home. I feel like it's a bad idea to do that. Feels like a bad idea. We're just gonna ignore it. Strength check failure. A sudden wave of dread paralyzes you as you stare at the menacing statuette. You manage to escape, but its gaze is forever burned into your brain. So now we're cursed. Curse mutation. Ocean is calling. We have fish gills. We have fish gills on our neck. So, yeah. Okay, sure. You've learned the cliff the mansion was built on is famous for its extensive cave system. You've decided to rent some books that might help you. So now we have Architect's Journal and Shiokawa Herald A. Big mouth fish gills slowly becoming a bass. I mean, yes. I mean, yes. So Architect's journal. If we inspect, one house owner decided to make use of the cave tunnel. It's a natural concert hall, he claimed. Okay. And then this. An article covers a group of scientists from Tokyo. They were exploring and mapping weird cave formations found in the cliffs. The search of the missing team of scientists continues. The only clue so far is a code written on a cavern wall, 452 hertz. Okay. So we read the 2 clue things that we got. We need to investigate the school. I'm glad we got the backpack because we are definitely very full in the inventory department. Hearing an eerie sound coming from behind the door, you decide to check it out. At first glance, the abandoned classroom seems empty. Once your eyes get used to the darkness, you discover an unusual sigil drawn on the floor. Judging by the smoke, someone put the candles out the moment you entered. We're going to pick up the book. You recognize the sticker from on the book. It came from the local library. Plus item resolve this event. Okay, so this is the book that gives you a random effect when you use it, and it can curse you. It costs 2 reason, and it does something random when you use it. It's great. It's terrifying. All right. I don't want a new status, but we're holding on to this lump of flesh because we might need it. Like, it's a 5 stamina heal. Yeah. The building was supposed to be somewhere near the cliffs. You copy the mansion's photo from the newspaper and prepare to leave. Alright. This is where there's people, like, riots. So we may fight some people. Oh. Experts are baffled by the sudden appearance of 20 stone statues lined up in a row in the middle of the park. You can cast 1 spell without paying anything. We don't have any spells, so resolve. Comparing different mansions with the sketch, you finally find the one. There's only one problem. You will need a strong rope to enter the mansion through the high window. So, we must investigate the seaside, I suppose. Yeah, the investigation is starting to take a toll on you. You start to miss the most obvious leads. Plus 4% doom. Gross. You made it through the window. This is the abandoned mansion your friends have talked about. Let's explore it. So let's explore the mansion, shall we? This isn't the one that I thought it was, by the way. So, that's cool. I don't remember this one. Oh, I don't have quick thinking. Oh, no. We might be going to outer space. The ground window of the crooked manor tower is calling you. You feel your strength drain away as you stare at the bright light. We're going to try to fight it, but we might be going to outer space. Charisma check success! Yes! Just one glimpse of the Eldritch landscape is enough. You manage to cover your eyes and move to where you can't see the damned window. You feel sick, but at least you're safe for now. So we lost 1 reason, but we got 10 XP, and we didn't get sucked into outer space. You've heard a weird noise coming from the lock study. You must find a key. Alright, so we have to explore some different rooms. So let's go look around. See what we can find. Mostly monsters. Oh, look! You were startled when you discovered that headless body. You were horrified when you saw its head hanging in the middle of the room and laughing. Here you go, Mana. Hi. Animated head. It does reason damage. Hi, baby. I know. Hi. I know it. Aw. Hi, Mana. We want to come and hang out in the floofus? In the floofus? Hang out in the floof? She's just like, Mom, love me. Oh, I'm so cute. Okay. Hold on, Mana. I gotta set this up so that I hit this guy with the shovel. I'll tell you what, folks. It might be that I do a shorter stream today than I usually do. If only because I'm very tired. It's so funny. I only stream for 4-ish hours, but there's so much other stuff going on that I'm just every day. I'm very tired. So we might cut it a little early today just so that I can rest. Because I need to rest. Also, I got an item. Black hair? Alright. I need to Hold on, I gotta put this into my throw it enemy storage. Place item in storage. Found an item, black hair. Item storage. Black hair. Let's put away the cursed scissors as well. We do not need them. Alright. What is this black hair? Occult. Flesh. Combines with sewing kit. Human hair. Oh, I don't have a sewing kit. Oh, I wonder if you have to have a... I don't know. That's fascinating. Anyway, I'd like to point out that we're tearing through the investigations, and my reason and stamina are not doing really very well at all, because I keep failing everything. You retreat from the room. There goes more reason. Because that room was scary. That's why we ran away. Investigation can wait. A hot bath is too inviting. Needs hot bath perk. If I had had hot bath perk, I could have healed with this. But we're going to take a bath. Yay, you bathe happily and continue with newfound strength. +1 reason. Thank God. Although, taking a bath in a haunted house is probably not the best idea. Study room. Okay. I don't have the key. So, and there are things I don't have. So we're definitely going to get probably the ending that I got before. You might have to have... Yeah, I don't know. Make our way down. Following a strange song. Oh, I usually just get... I can actually explore. Following a strange song, you discover a hidden passage that leads you to an underground chamber connected to the sea. You can't find the source of the sounds, but then it hits you. The acoustics of this place make the waves sound like the most beautiful serenade. Mesmerized, you step closer to the stone altar at the end of the room. We're going to explore some more. You try to explore the side corridors, but it's too dark. If only you had some source of light. AKA, we should have had a flashlight. Ripperoonie. So we have to step closer. Unholy chance. Coming from the caves connected with the mansions must have driven the family insane. With no connection to the outside world, they fed on what they had themselves. However, this doesn't explain the fresh corpses and wet tracks around the altar. Ending C. So. The old god is stirring. The roads leading out of town were closed by the police. You'll have to find a new way out. So... investigating places outside of the city costs 1 extra doom. Gross. But the old god has not taken our ability to bathe, which is shocking. Usually it's one of the first things he takes. Level up. Oh, look, hot bath. Improved resting. So we'll do that. And then we're actually going to go ahead and heal our reason. Even though I'd love to get some stats. Take a bath. Hot water. Alright. I mean, every time we rest, we get doom. So, but that's okay. So we have hot bath. We have discipline. We are doing okay-ish. The botanist. This is the last one. Your neighbor asked you to help. Her husband, Shiro-san, has gone missing. She is worried it might be connected with the new fertilizer he ordered from Tokyo. What is he doing, and where is he? Alright. It's really right out the gate. You're going to make... Okay. You've got a business card of a gardening company where the missing man was working. Maybe some of his colleagues could tell you anything useful? Investigate the school twice to complete this quest. Alright. I want to go to the seaside, to the hardware store, even though it's going to cost me extra doom. Alright. They don't have a flashlight here. That sucks. Because that cost us doom, and I hate that. But... flashlight. Oh, I have that black hair, don't I? I could combine it with a sewing kit. But having a flashlight would be really good. We're gonna get the flashlight. We'll put that on instead of the backpack right now. And then we'll put the We'll put the book in our storage. Right. So, you've got a business card of a gardening company where the missing man is working. Maybe his colleagues can tell you anything useful. We have to investigate the school twice for the mini quest reward. You are stopped by a girl you haven't seen in months. But how could you? She died in an accident. Stalker girl does damage to both stamina and reason. Gross. Oh, you know, I didn't check to see. Oh, we haven't taken any stamina damage yet for us to get new injuries from our hasty aid. Gross. All right. Stalker girl, shovel. Stalker girl, meat shovel. Alright. She bit me and regained health. I don't appreciate that at all. That's my health. You're not allowed to have it. We're just gonna take you out. Because you bit me and I don't appreciate it. Pick up. What is it? Occult diary. Reserve content. Okay. What is this? Book, occult, personal. Use minus 3% doom. Instantly done. Instantly done. Alright. Investigate the school again. Your reflection twists and shimmers when you're not looking at it directly. Goizo is getting closer. Plus, we've been cursed. Hunger. We've been cursed with hunger. Look at our face. Curse. Mental. Charisma -1. They look tasty. A new yet undefined species of the Corynopsis fungus has been observed to infect rats. Taking over their bodies could have the same effect with other mammals. Alright. So... We've been inflicted with terrifying crap. We could go try to get an ally. I don't know exactly what you need for the bonus stuff for this one. I always get the same, I guess. I always get the same ending for this one because this one is hard to figure out exactly what they want. We're at 37% doom, and this is the last mystery. I'm comfortable going to the shop to see if there's something I want to pick up. But first, we're gonna go to the item storage, and I'm gonna take out these cursed scissors. How much are these scissors worth? Because I'm never gonna use these scissors. Oh, I can get 2 funds for that. So we're selling these scissors, and then we're gonna go and see if there's anything we want. I think I do want this sewing kit. If we're already taking charisma damage, I would rather, yeah. So let's try this sewing kit out. And then I can actually, let's see. Combines with sewing kit. Let's see. Use combines with sewing kit. So use sewing kit, hair. +3 stamina, +3 reason. That's actually really, really good. And we're going to hold on to it for a hot minute. But that's really good. Combining the hair with the sewing kit was totally a worthwhile investment. Like, that's really good. Alright. Especially because we know what happens at the end of this if we get the wrong if we choose the wrong option / get the wrong whatever. Alright. We have to investigate. Investigate the shop. Suddenly, just don't choose wrong, right? Suddenly, an empty bottle breaks on the wall behind you. You cover yourself from the glass fragments and notice a masked assailant holding a baseball bat. Rioter! That's right. We got a thing that there were rioters downtown, right? 2 damage to everything. Gross. Not a big fan of that. This is why we're keeping a hold of our healing items that we have. Because they're going to do a lot of damage to us before we can kill them. Or a decent amount. Let's say it that way. And then they drop something. Found an item. Prescription. What is this? Prescription. Important. Document. Where could you fill a prescription like this? I can go and fill it at the flippin' hospital. Shiro-san has always been a weirdo, but he was good at what he did. Last month, he ordered a pack of experimental fungicide from Tokyo. I think I've seen the dispatch order with the address somewhere, the old man says. Help me move this dirt, and I'll look for it. All right, so we want to go to the hospital. Travel to the hospital. Enter. We want to go to the pharmacy. And then we want to use... I don't know. Oh, I don't have enough money. Oh, how much money does it take to... Oh, it costs 4. It costs 4 funds. Okay. How much is this worth? We can sell some stuff. I don't have access to my storage in here, though. Sad face. All right. Well, we got Doom for no reason, but we know what we need. We need 4 funds. We can sell this bat. Yeah, we can sell this bat. We don't need it. We have the shovel. We do not need this bat. And that'll give us 1. And then this book I tend to not use because it very often it curses you. And then there. So now we have 4 funds. We will go to the hospital. We will go to the pharmacy. We will use this prescription. Use. Prescription pills. So is there... Wait, so did that just add... Oh, okay. Now, where would you find the girl who dropped it? Okay. So wait, but the girl who dropped it was in downtown, so now we're going back to downtown. Okay. Look. This is a rabbit hole, and we're committing to it. I have enough. I can commit to it. It's been almost a year since a childhood friend moved away to another city. He left suddenly without even saying goodbye. In a recent letter, he apologized for the disappearance and asked you to remove the furniture from his flat because he wants to sell it. In the envelope, you find a key to his apartment. Help your friend or search his flat with your flashlight, which we do have a flashlight. You shine your flashlight in the dark closet and something glitters at you. You grab it as a moving company enters the house. It is a ritual robe. It's an equipment for slot C. It's an additional magic slot. Slightly too big. Well, we can put it on. Now we're wearing a robe. We look like occultists. And we gotta go back to downtown to explore because we're looking for this girl that dropped this prescription. Because that's where I'm pretty sure that's where we ran into somebody. That's where we ran into that girl. Was downtown. While the dispatch order is stained with a foul-smelling liquid, you think you can make out the address, at least parts of it. The house is somewhere in the nearby forest. Alright, that's going to be a pain. But first we're going to investigate downtown because we're looking for this girl that dropped this whatever. Since we have her drugs. Seeing 2 chopped off heads, you can't help but wonder who's been preparing your food for the past week. Research occult knows. Do nothing. Call the police. Call the police. There was something in your version of events that didn't add up. You've been detained, but due to the lack of evidence, the police let you go after 48 hours plus 3% doom. Charisma check fail, because our charisma is just horrible. I'm going to try a little bit more to see if I can find this person. Something is wrong. You don't see anyone on the street. You could have sworn it was crowded just a minute ago. Better hurry out of here. -1 reason. Lame. And I'll do one more. Alarmed by the sound of glass breaking, you discover the corpse of a policeman lying in a pool of blood. Looks like someone or something tore out his throat. Steal his gun. Check his wounds for clues. Escape before more people arrive. Wacha! You escape before anyone arrives, +2 reason. Right? Be more charismatic. I think you can go to the library and remove curses. But I'm also broke. So. So I have this, like... I don't know where the medicine is that I picked up. Maybe it's in my storage. No. So I don't know where it is. I will try one more investigation to see if I can find her, but I have to move on or I'm going to hit Cap Doom. Which then I'll just die and we'll see what we see. So. Oh, yeah. That's what it's this one. Hearing footsteps, you turn around. Behind you stands a pretty woman in a sweater. Natural beauty. Yes, this is exactly what I need. You shudder, seeing the weird woman reaching to her pocket and grabbing a nasty-looking knife. Pretty face. Mind if I borrow it? Aspiring model. She does stamina damage. Gross. We are in pain. We are going to have to use our, Oh, her face fell off. What have you done? My face is ruined. Her face fell off. We're going to have to use our sewing kit. We are in a lot of pain right now. She does... So now she's powered up, too, and she does, like, 4 stamina. So we are hurting. We are definitely hurting. And what did she drop? Lucky earrings. Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember those. All right, so... We're going to use this because we are in pain. Ouch. But we got stuff back. That's what matters. Yeah, we're going to have to try and move on. I don't think I'm going to make it through the woods. I think that trying to make it through the woods is going to be an issue. As you walk through the village, crops waver in the breeze, following your every movement, -2 reason. Dun dun dun. Here we go. It's dark. You don't remember the trees growing so close to each other. All right. All of the doom. Investigating the woods. I don't have a steak knife. Again! Oh, it wants me to have a steak knife. I need to remember that I need a steak knife for this. Because my steak knife used to be my pride and joy. I always bought a steak knife at the beginning of the playthrough. Yeah, no, it was close. Parasitic order. Yeah, investigate it. Yep. Knowledge check failure. Yikes. Bark is flabby and sticky. It makes you recoil in horror. We lose 2 reason. Oh, we're getting beat up. This is not going well. We're gonna get murdered in a hot minute. The trees overhead block the sunlight and you begin to feel gloomy. -2 reason. Game is trying to kill me. You stumble across a half-eaten deer carcass. Alright. Oh, yeah. I had Ryoko ally for this, actually, and she gets kidnapped and she's gone forever. You have a feeling you're being watched, and when you hear a branching snapping, you quickly turn around. There is someone standing in the trees, just a few meters away. Start running. Strength check failure. You trip on a root and injure your ankle badly as you limp away. There's no trace of the strange person. Oh, I'm so dead. I'm so dead right now. I'm gonna get big dead. A shape shimmers beneath the surface. With a splashy sound, something emerges from the murky depths. Leech girl! Oh, you gross. Big yikes. Big yikes for Leech girl. When we kill her, we will level up. So, we will absolutely be taking a stamina heal. Even though our reason is also pretty bad. Did we actually level up? Yes, we did. Okay. So, outdoorsman. Quick thinking. Quick thinking is really good. It's a little late in the game for quick thinking, but we're going to take it anyway. And then we need stamina. 100%. We need stamina. The dirt ends. Road you've been following suddenly ends. You have to go back. Yeah, this universe is... Okay. We found the place. So, we may make it. I'm worried about the tower. Of the lighthouse. Finally, after what felt like hours of following the dirt road, you find the old mansion. It's completely overgrown with plants you've never seen before. In front of the mansion, there's a guarding box company minivan filled with boxes. Slowly, you enter the building with caution. We go in, because we don't have this option, whatever it is. And we don't have this either. You stand in the middle of the room when suddenly the floor gives up and you fall down to the basement. Falling through the hole in the floor, you find yourself in an overgrown basement. In the corner lies a man you recognize. It's Shiro-san, the missing gardener. You must help him escape this cursed place. Alright, I know 100% that Shiro-san is no good. We're gonna stop and look at his injuries because the plants are trying to help us. Shiro what? The top of his head flies off, revealing his brain. Out of it, the fruiting body of a fungus. So, now, we are fighting Shiro-san. We can take 3 hits. He has 24 health. We might be okay. It really just depends. So... Oh, actually, no, we can only take 2 hits. We're gonna die. We're gonna die the big death. This is unfortunate. We cannot... We've made it all the way to the end. And we will be destroyed. You will die at the beginning of your next counter. Yes, because we have no anything. The fungus dies, and with it the gardener. With no body to grow from, you hope that's the end of it. You finally understood something. The plants weren't attacking you. They were protecting you from the unnatural form of life. Weekend, you stumble out of the mansion, hoping to forget. This is the ending I always get, because I never have the things. Just rip it off like the fungus on your arm. Right? Gross. Investigate. Alright. So. Yeah, no, it's Arcane Storm. Reason cost of all spells. We have a big tear in the universe over here. We're at 62% there. Alright, we'll take this key. We've investigated all of the weird mysteries. We're gonna take a bath. I don't think that's gonna save us. We are hurting. We're gonna do cold water for extra reason. We have like 3 hit points. Like we're dead. Like we're dead. So let's go to the lighthouse. This is the lowest doom I've ever had to go to the lighthouse, but I have no anything else. So we want to go back to the town screen. We want to go here. And then there's all these these locks, which we have from these keys we've gotten. Alright. So actually, we can spend 2 doom to rest. I'm gonna accrue like 10 doom getting points back. Because that might be able to carry us to actually winning. We might have a chance. Maybe. Super maybe. We might have a chance. We don't have anything else we need, so let's do it. Alright. It's... Someone's been taking your photos. Okay, following the winding staircase, you are stopped. Wait a minute. Someone's been taking your photos. They focus on the enemies you fought with. There's something wrong, but you can't precisely say what. Select the enemy you fought as the second one. Alright, so... We only fought 1 enemy in the first mystery at all. Because at the end of the first mystery, we didn't fight anybody. Obsessed Man is who we fought in the first mystery. So yeah, it would be Bloated Teacher, because Scissor Woman was 3rd. Or Forgotten Specimen was 3rd, actually. Maybe. But it's Bloated Teacher. Correct answer. You rick the photo. Underneath it is a tiny button. You press it, and with a buzz, the gate opens. We may also level again in here, which would be pretty good. We are low level. Following the winding staircase, you find a metal gate that blocks your way. It's locked, but you notice an electrical cable. It seems to connect the door to a hole inside the central pillar. If there's a switch inside, you'll have to risk getting cut by the numerous glass shards and knives. This is totally random. There's nothing we can do about it. We fail the dexterity check. We don't have enough dex. You can feel the sharp glass ripping your flesh as you search for the switch. Finally, you grab a cable and follow it with your bleeding fingers until you find the button. With a buzz, the gates open. So, but we're still okay. Following the winding staircase, you are stopped by darkness. A thick black cloud is obscuring your vision, and you can swear something is waiting for you inside of it. We have a flashlight, so we can light the way. Light source seems to somehow repel the darkness, and you continue to climb the staircase safe. We get plus 10 experience. We have leveled up. Kitties, I think we're good. I think we're going to make it. I don't think this is gonna help us too much, but we're gonna take luck, and then I think that we have to fight that Mr. Takeshi guy every single time, and he does reason damage. So I think that let's do it. Let's do reason. If I'm wrong, I'll pay for it. Let's do reason. I look terrible. Following the winding staircase, you find a metal gate that blocks your way. A cable that should be powering it is currently disconnected. The power box itself is covered in a weird, moist goo. Just inhaling the fumes makes your eyes itch and water, but the power to the gate, you'll need to disconnect the faulty plug. Disconnect the faulty plug, we lose more stamina. Oh my god. Not enough strength. You're surprised at how much effort it takes to disconnect the faulty plug. This is why, because it's bad. This is why it's bad that when you don't level, like when you come in here and you're lower level. You're surprised by how much effort it takes to disconnect the faulty plug. As you force it, the weird goo burns your fingers. Finally, you manage to separate the faulty plug and connect the proper cable. With a buzz, the gate opens. -3 stamina. Gross. Oh, geez. Following the winding staircase, you are stopped. Wait a minute. Someone broke into your apartment, stole all the clues and newspaper clippings, and pinned them here. The more you study you discover you can't remember any of them except one. Select the title of a mystery you investigated as the second mystery. The second mystery that we did was the spine-chilling story of school scissors. You rip the newspaper clipping of a case you seem to remember. Underneath it is a tiny button. You press it, and the gate opens. Here we are with the top. We made it. Break the mirror. I thought you had to fight Mr. Takeshi. I was worried. As the unnatural fog slowly lifts, you are relieved and collapse on the floor. The next day, everyone feels like a bad dream. You've managed to stop the ritual awakening the elders, old god, but what's done is done. It will stir in its slumber again and again until the stars are right again. Congratulations, you are safe for now. We survived. We solved 4 mysteries. We saw 1 new event. We unlocked 1 new achievement. And we encountered 4 new enemies. So, I don't know how. Yeah, no. It's basically just luck at this point. Because I should have died on that one. Like, if I had more doom when I went to the tower, I would not have been able to heal as much as I was able to heal before I started climbing it. And I would have died. Just straight up. Alright. Alright. Let's see here. Alright, so I think I'm gonna actually cut it early today. I'm pretty tired, honestly. Tomorrow, we are playing the prequel to Misao, prequel-ish. Mad Father. Tomorrow we're playing Mad Father. That should be fun. Yeah, I just need to rest. So, I hope that everybody has a really good day, and I hope you have, if you don't see you again before, I hope you have a great Halloween. But I'll still be here. Every day. And Saturday and Sunday should actually be really fun. There's going to be some really fun stuff going on. So, I will talk to everybody later, and I hope you have a good night. Bye.